G'day everyone, Ryan here from Oz Sawdust Makers, here to give you more inspiration of things that you can make with the Kreg pocket hole jig. And today, it's this couch caddy. What I really enjoyed about this build is that it's something I've wanted to make for a while, but I've never been able to find any decent plans. So, with a rough idea in my head of what I wanted it to look like, the pocket hole jig was basically able to do all of the work. So I'm hoping you will be able to have a look at this and be inspired to design your own just by looking at how this was put together. So let's start the build. Now I'm essentially using scraps. What I'm using is pine that is left over from other Kreg projects that I've made for the Carbatec YouTube channel, which you'll see linked below. I pretty much made everything up as I went along, but you can see here I've got a small tabletop which I've just marked out. I've cut my feet and I've cut the angled supports for under the tabletop. And again, the star of the show, the Kreg K5 Master System. Now it goes without saying, we need to accurately set the pocket hole jig to the thickness of the material that we're working with. Hook up the vacuum cleaner to the dust port and we start drilling those pocket holes. We want to give everything a good sand before we start assembling it, which doesn't take long to get everything feeling nice and smooth. I'm setting out my tabletop here just to double check that there are no gaps and that we have some nice tight edges before we screw it all together, and then clamp it down and then go the pocket screws. No need for glue here. I haven't used glue in any of this project. We start putting the legs and the supports together. So we've got our two legs, which look pretty funky. Now time for some internal bracing. Again, very straightforward, just a couple of screws on each. Before I screw the legs to the top, I want to make sure that it's perfectly centered and square. Look at that. That's it. That's cool. How easy. So just giving a light sand over some of those edges before we give it a few coats of Danish oil. And just like that, we've got a functioning side table or couch caddy. I think it looks really cool. My mum loves it. Happy birthday, Mum.
Oh, dear. That's great.
Any beginner woodworker would be able to knock one of these over in a weekend. If you enjoyed this, then be sure to check out my other Kreg project videos that will be linked below or may even be linked on the screen right now. Thanks again for watching, and I'll be back again soon with another great Kreg project video. Cheers.